Okay, babe, can you just go on my YouTube?
Okay. Yeah, I'm there.
Are you sure that I'm live?
Yes.
Let me see. Good. That is what I want.
How is this a good background and everything?
Okay, so I'm actually good evening, everybody. I want to believe that people will join us. Okay, I think I need to share this link. I need to share this link now. I need to share this link now. So I just want to encourage first. Okay, I'm gonna share this link first. I'm gonna share. Okay, so for those that will be joining us here, I hope that you would not miss any of the things I'm gonna be sharing here tonight. I would just appreciate. First of all, I'm so sorry for not coming up on time. I think I was about 5 or 6 minutes behind time. So apologies for that to everyone. As much as possible, I want to make this webinar as short as possible. I want it to be as short as possible. Okay, so what we're just discussing basically is how to relocate to Australia through your skill and your profession. I mean your professional skill, then your trade experience. Now, uh, we know UK, Canada, and several other locations are currently having a lot of challenges. It's been challenging as regards the immigration routes, very challenging. So I just want to tell you that Australia is a good place to be right now. Reason because for a couple of months now, Australia has really been giving out visa. Yeah, they have been giving out visa, and this through this professional skill and trade. Yeah, they have been giving a lot of visas. In fact, at some point, somebody was calling me that this guy, you have skills now. Why not go to Australia? I said no, at least for now. I'm okay with UK. So I'm just sharing this opportunity so that for as many people that are around you or you are watching this video from anywhere, you want to relocate to Australia via this skill and trade, please don't hesitate to follow this procedure. Now, number one thing I would want to mention to you is that whenever you hear Australia, um, you should also, put New Zealand in the system or in the same. I said that because Australia and New Zealand, they are brothers. Yeah, they are brothers. So any document that is available, that is useful in Australia will definitely not be disallowed in um, Australia, in New Zealand rather. So any documents here are accepted in New Zealand will definitely be accepted in Australia and vice versa. So I would say that this explanation is for both countries now. It's like a two-in-one package. So opportunities in Australia, opportunities in New Zealand, you can use the same document for everything and it will definitely pass. Okay, so number one thing is Now, I'll talk about skill first. I want to talk about skills in this particular route. Now, there is no restriction to skills that can, go to Australia through this route. Now, either you are an accountant, you are an engineer, you're a nurse, you're a medical doctor, you're an IT person, irrespective of that field, you have your own space in this relocation process. That is one. I'm going to show you on my screen all of these things. Secondly, is that for trade. Now, any trade also works. However, let me say that not all trades. Don't let me put too much exaggeration into that. A lot of trades are allowed on this platform. I'm going to show you on the screen all of those trades. We talk about bricklaying, welding, um, graphics design, web design, all of these skills, beauty and hairstyling, a lot of, I can't even put, you will see them on the screen right now. Okay, so if you have any of those things, then you have to watch this video too. Now, the last, okay, so another thing I was going to mention is that for any of this method you want to use, either as a professional skill person or as a trade experienced person, you have to go through the first route, which is you assessing your skill. They call it skill assessment. Now I'm going to share my screen with you now. You're going to see people, organization that is recognized by the country, Australia or New Zealand now, to assess skills. Either you're a nurse, you're a doctor, you're an IT person, you're a welder, you're a bricklayer, everybody will definitely have to undergo this skill assessment procedure. So just watch on my screen and see how things work here. Okay, so now um, let me share my screen with you. Okay, so now um, first of all, I'll talk about the assessing authority. Now, if you check your Google, you will see that this is assessing authority. Now, not every organization or authority is allowed to assess your document. Now, you might have some other organizations say they want to assess, they can assess a document for you for this same process, my dear. They can assess it, but they might not be recognized by the country. So if they do your assessment for you and they are not recognized by the country, it looks as though maybe you even paid them. It means you have just wasted your money because the government does not recognize them. The immigration, authority does not recognize them. So now, first of all, I'm showing you the list of the assessing authority. Those authorities that can assess your skill, either trade or whatever. Now you can see here, you can see Institute of Medical Scientists. They have their own, they have the list of, they have things they can assess. Australian Institute of Teaching and School Leadership Limited, they have what they can assess. But straight down to what I want to show you here. This is it on the last roll. Is Vertasis. Vertasis is a licensed skill assessment organization. You can see from here, vocational education and training assessment services. You can see the other one too, vocational education and training assessment services. One is not trade, the other one is trade. So we are good to go with vertices. Then if you also search your internet and search for licensed, or you can search for vertices. Vertices is one of the top licensed companies for skill assessment in Australia. So having known that, now we move to how does vertices assess your skill? That is what we are moving to now. So now I'm going to the skill occupation list first, the skill occupation list. Now, looking at the skill occupation list, we have lists, several jobs on this list. Now, looking at what I have on my screen, you can see Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander health workers. That is, the visa is 494. That is by skilled that is sponsored regional. You get skilled employer sponsored regional provision, employer sponsored stream. These ones are sponsored programs. Now you can see that the assessing authorities was Vertasis. Looking at accommodation and hospitality, all the jobs under this place, either skilled nominated, your training visa, skilled, irrespective of temporary skill shortage visa, regional sponsor migration, skill employer, no matter the class, you can see there is a long list. Vertices is the one word that is assessing that particular visa, that particular skill, assessing authority for that occupation. You can see. So I'm just trying to tell you that Vertices is actually one of the best. You can see another one again, another one. Maybe you're an actor, skilled employer. Vertices is also look at this again. You're an actor, you're a dancer, an entertainer. Vertices, actuary, Vertices. So that's to show you that Vertices is not. Some people will say it's not shiri, like they are really into the business. Now, advertising specialist, you can see all this visa list out here. Vertices is also so for engineers. You can see engineer Australia is there. That's aeronautical engineers. Anyway, I'm just trying to show you that you can see these two Vertices. This for agricultural consultants. If you're into agricultural field, all of this. You can see Vertices in all of these places as if they are the only ones doing this thing. So now I'm going to show us how Vertices assess your skill. You can see another one now, agricultural technician. You can see different. You can see this one, air transport professional. So you are going to see several of Vertices, and this is just one page. So now let's just go straight to this other aspect that I'm talking about now. Now let's pick this. Let me pick this. Now this is Vertices. That is what we are seeing on my screen. So irrespective of whichever method you want to comment through, you have to assess your skill. You have to assess your skill. You need to assess it. Either you're a nurse, you're a doctor, whatever occupation you are into, you definitely fall into the professional skill or the trade experienced person. You would have to go through the skill assessment. Now let's look at the website now. This is Vertices website. Let's look at the the application process for professional and the application process for the trades. Let's look at this. An application process for a professional or general skill application. Now you can see this. It says Vertices full skill assessment involves assessing your qualification and employment against the suitability of your nominated occupation. Now, I will not forget to say that this is the first stage, like I said, you assess your skill. After assessing your skill, that is when you can now get jobs. Sincerely, guys, a lot of people say it talks about job. I don't want you to have this this ideology about jobs. There is a lot of jobs in Australia right now. Now, the jobs that they are not applying or accepting people into currently, you will see it on your screen that they are not accepting people for this particular job. So you will already know. So once you are not applying for the job that they are not applying, I mean they are not accepting people for, you know that other jobs opportunity are open. So don't say employer will not be available. No, New Zealand, Australia, they are widely open, are embracing a lot of people. Embracing a lot of people. I remember there was a video I did, as regards this relocation to Australia, or okay, I think it was New Zealand then. It's also a step-by-step guide. But let's just go forward on this. Now, it says we assess your qualification against the Australian qualification framework and to determine the relevance of your qualifications for your nominated occupation. Employment assessment involves determining whether your work experience, whether in Australia or overseas, is at an appropriate skill level to your nominated occupation. So, for example, now, if you have an occupation, you have, okay, maybe for example, you want to come in as a graphic designer, or you want to come in as a, um, let me say a bricklayer, for example, or a barber. Yeah, or a barber. Now, you would need to show with your work experience so they can compare it with the work experience of a barber in Australia. Does it tally? Is it something we can embrace? That's just what this whole thing is all about. So it means you need to provide as many information as possible to back up this process. Now, this is not a situation where you have to say that I've submitted two is enough. No, 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 no. Anything documentation whatsoever you can think of. In fact, if you can get your pay slip showing the payment of your salary into your bank account every month, show it. If you can, if you're a bricklayer or you work with somebody who does not really have a big organization, of course, but you have the experience, you have everything, you can tell the person to use our company letter that paper to draft maybe recommendation letter. Just package every necessary information, necessary document to just back up the fact that I know this job, I've done it before, I'm still doing it. Do you get the point now? For example, if you're a graphic designer now, of course, as a graphic designer, you will at one point or the other have your portfolio somewhere. Either you are managing somebody's website, or you are the one that built the website, or you are the one that developed the website. You have probably a Facebook page where you post the pictures of the work you do that belongs to something to show that everything in this space is from me. All of these things is just to back up the fact that this is my job and I do it. That is what you need. If you need to maybe talk to your, or maybe you learned work from somewhere, for example, as a barber now, you can tell the person that you learned from, boss, I need a letter-headed paper, a letter-headed information as to show that I have learned this work from you, the duration I spent. All of these things are the things you would need. So I'm trying to tell you that you need as much information or document as possible to show that you actually learn all of these jobs. Now, number one is this. Step one, for professional occupation now. Say choose an occupation against which you will be assessed and select the visa purpose for which the skill assessment is required. For information on the occupation available for migration to Australia and different visa categories, please refer to, you go to the government website. Now, if you go to the government website, you can check the categories of the job. Okay, let me go from here. Yes, this is the government website now. Now, there are several jobs. Now, skilled occupation list. Let's go check from this side. Now, you can see that on this skill occupation list, you will know which class you belong to. Now, it's an employer nomination scheme. That's 186. Regional skilled independent visa, skilled nominated visa, temporary skill shortage. All of these are of different, you can see that they are different occupational lists. So now you can choose skill shortage, temporary skill shortage list. You can check from there. You can check skilled independent visa. Okay, so let's go for skilled employer sponsored regional visa. Let's go for this, for example. Let's just check this out. You can pick anyone that you think is good for you. Now, employer sponsor stream. So with this one, you can live and work and study. You for the first one now, employer sponsor stream. This visa enables regional employer to identify labor shortages within their region by sponsoring skilled workers where employers can source an appropriately skilled Australian worker. One, you can leave work, study, and do anything. You can apply for permanent residency after 3 years from the time your visa is granted. Guys, I won't lie to you. Some of these, okay, I said I was going to bring somebody here on board if possible, but I couldn't, bring the person on board. This job most times is quick. This Australia skill and trade is direct to pass permanent residency. It's a direct route to permanent residency. In fact, I know of somebody, I think I've shared this before, I've shared it on my video before, who is a nurse. Yes, who is a nurse. And she got a permanent residency from where she is, from the country where she is. Okay, how do I explain that now? The person has been submitting information, like I'm going to show us here today now. She has been submitting information. And after dropping all the information for assessment and everything, she got a PR already. All that is left for her is just to relocate to the place, then get a PR because of the kind of job the person is doing. Now, this is not restricted to any kind of job. This is what Australia is currently doing. As long as you have the skill and you can convince them that you have a good year of experience for this skill, they are not bringing. Now, this is not a case of if you have little or no experience. No, no, no. This is not the case. It's not a case of if you have no experience. No, this particular route is for people that have skills, that have years of experience with it. I'm going to go back to all of that and show us later. So now, some are okay. These ones are 5 years. 5 years. Okay, no, I think this is not what I should even go for. Let's check temporary skill shortage. Okay, so yeah, I think it's temporary skill shortage. You can stay for up to 2 years or up to 4 years if an international trade Hong Kong passport. I've checked this place before. Okay. It's not for Hong Kong, it's for everybody. You can stay for as long as the visa is valid. I think this is another one. Anyways, we can continue on this because it's a lot of okay, so this is what I want to say. So if no, I've checked this page before. Oh my god. Okay, so let me just go back to the list. Okay, so this is for occupational list. I don't want to come here. Okay, so back to Vanitas Vetas's assessment page. Now you have to find your job. You check the occupation. Now, let's say for example, you want to check graphics design, for example. Graphics design. This is graphics design. This is just an example now. Okay, so there is a job. You can see there is a job for that. It says graphic design, plan, design, develop, and do all of that. So check your occupation. Okay, we've checked the occupation. Now, we just move ahead. Okay, sorry guys. Learn more. Yeah, so this is it. Occupation page after showing the learn more. So the next thing is what? Apply. So before you apply, these are the things you need. Get to know your occupation requirement. It means each vertex's occupation has its own specific. Gather the documents you need. Explore priority processing. Now, let me show us this. Let's say you want to start this process now. He said, okay, let's start this and see how it goes. Now you have to answer this. Skill assessment for professional and general occupation. You've checked the occupation. If you want to check the fees, you can check the fees. Of course, you know that this process cannot be free. It's definitely not going to be free. So there's a charge attached to all of this, but it's always the first step for this process. Now, skill assessment for professionals, skill assessment for trade occupation, skill assessment support for professional and general occupation. Anyone you want to go for has different categories attached to them. So I'm going to go for, maybe let me go for the trade now. Like I'm ready to apply. I'm not an agent. I'm not an agent. So let me pick the first one now. I'm ready to apply. Let's see what it brings for me. Okay, it means I will have to register on this place. Let me use talk to. I've not logged in before. I have to create account. Sign up as a client. I have to fill all of these forms. Now, after filling all of this form, I think I should. I would not want to fill this here. Anyway, after filling all of this form, the next thing you'll be asked to do is to start filling your details. Details like your school. Okay, so let me check supporting documents now. For example, I need to show that. I need to show that supporting document. Good. Now, these are the documents you need. Number one is your resume. It is your CV. So if applying for a formal skill assessment, you must include your CV. That is a resume, both academic study as well as the one of that describes your employment or career history. You need your photograph. You can see this. The photograph must be no more than 6 months old and of good quality. Self-taken photographs are not accepted. Not selfie now. Proof of identity. Now, proof of identity could be at least 3 identity documents. You may provide 2 documents from the primary document and 1 document from the secondary document, or you may provide primary document and 2 documents from secondary document. Now, this is the primary document is passport bio page. That is your international passport bio page. Now, second one is a birth certificate. Acceptable secondary document may include, but are not limited to, you can see, national ID card, driver's license, social security card, marriage certificate, student identity card, and so on. Now, if you have changed your name before at one point or the other, you have to submit a document that you have changed your name before. Maybe, for example, your bachelor's degree carries an additional name, and you at some point you just restrict yourself to maybe 2 of your names. You can have a document to show that you are the one that also bear these names, so that if those names appear on your documents, they will know that it is still the same person that owns those documents. Now, qualification evidence. This includes your qualification award certificate accompanied by your academic transcript. You can see this too. You must have successfully completed your qualification before applying for a skill assessment. So don't say BSc in view. There is nothing like BSc in view. You must have finished, that process. If you have certificates, you must show the certificate. If you have transcript, you show your academic transcript. Okay, these are for now your employment evidence. That is the statement. Okay, let me do this. If anybody's watching this, I think you can pause and just screenshot this so you know what you're expected to have, before you start applying. You can do them one step at a time. You can see this now. I think this is clear enough. You can see what's on my screen now. These are what you need. These are what you need. I will put this link on the description page of this video. I think this video will be posted on YouTube. You will be able to see it. You'll be able to know all the things that you need before you start. Now, if you have all these documents at hand, anytime you apply for this, it won't take you up to maybe 3 months before you get feedback. It can't take up to 3 months. It's here, but I can't remember the date. I can't remember the date like this. I think it's 3 months or two. I can't remember. But I'm going to share all of this here. Now, if you play around this website, you will also get all of this information. You know, the information is power. So you just information that I have that I'm sharing with us. So for your qualification, you share your transcript and all of that. For your employment history, you worked somewhere before. Now it says verities will need to determine if your employment claims can be verified within 10 business days. Therefore, please ensure that you have all required evidence listed below at the time of applying for priority processing. That's for priority anyway. Now the statements you have: issue date of the statement of service, the company letter headed, you can see now your full name, the working hours per week, the number of hours. If you say you are doing 8 to 5 job, calculate the time. That's the working hour per day. Then multiply it per week. Then the official position, the title held in the organization, the exact start and end date. These are the focus of what your statement of service should look like. That is that your employment history, the exact start and end date of your employment, and for each position, the list of your main duties for each position, the salary you earn, your full name, your full position, all of these things. You can see, okay, I mentioned this earlier. Your payment evidence can also include at least 2 pay slips, ideally for first and last payment. You can see these two. And I don't think this should be difficult to get. First and last payment of your pay slip. So if you are working for somebody for 1 year, if you are asked to get pay slip for 2 months, that is the first month and the last month, I don't think that should be a problem. Taxation records that shows payment summary, which have the company name and your name. The bank statement showing at least 2 salary payments. You can see I just mentioned this earlier when we started talking. You can get all of these things without any headache. Employment link, insurance or super annuation records bearing company name. Now it says self-employed. If you are self-employed, some people are self-employed. If you are self-employed, you also have things to drop. You also have information to submit. Now it said evidence of self-employment, such as sole trading or business registration details. So if you're a self-employed person, you can use this system also. You can use this method to relocate to Australia or to New Zealand, whichever one you want. It's the same process. So now, a lot of people, they tell them register your company, register your company. Now these are the benefits of registering the company. It says evidence of self-employment, such as sole trading or business registration details, and or official statement issued by your registered account and or legal team. Say the statement from your accountant or solicitor must include the accountant or solicitor's letterhead, your full name, how long you have been continuously self-employed, including official dates in each row, the nature of the business conducted, the signature, contact details of the account or solicitor, blah, blah, blah. Listing your main duties during self-employment, payment evidence showing regular income from self-employment, such as claims invoices, you can see, together with corresponding bank statement and official, just something to show that this thing is true. If you have a customer that has paid you, even if you are, how do I do it? Okay, maybe you sew a bridal wear, for example. You sew a bridal wear and the person sent you money. You can request, you can tell your banker, or in fact, you don't even need the banker. From your bank app, you can get receipt of that payment, all of those receipts, all those payments that you do, all those they pay you. After paying you, you put it on your social media platform. Thanks for the patronage. All those, how you guys, how you advertise your products now after payment. The day they pay 2,000, you will not upload it. The day they do 50,000, you upload that one. So it's all good. So please, all of those things are important for your skill assessment. Now, supplementary evidence such as contract with supplier, claims testimony, evidence of project completed in pictures and everything, you need to show it. Evidence of activity, your portfolio. I mentioned that earlier. If you have portfolio, in fact, that if you need to have portfolio. For some people, your portfolio is your social media account. Your social media account, your social media page. These are your portfolios that they can click link or they can just visit the page and see what you have been doing. So if you're nominating occupation for program or project administrator, please use this project list template. So there are templates to all of this. So if you are nominating the occupation for conference or event organizer, you can see events planner. Please use event list. So event list for each one. If you're a sales representative, yes, I remember that there are sales representative jobs there. Use this list. Everybody, you can see if you're an ICT salesperson or you're an ICT account manager, you're ICT business developer, development manager, ICT whatever, you have your template. Like I said, if you are nominating any farm manager or farm occupation, including aquaculture, beef cattle, crop farmer, you can see all of these things. You can see that you have numerous lists here: livestock farmer, mixed crop farmer, all of this. Use this activity list template. You can see now. So there's a template for everybody. Now let's go for ahead a little more. If you are nominating any of the following, that is design drafting related to occupations, including photographer, graphics design, illustrator, multimedia designer, web designer, fashion designer, you can see industrial designer, jewelry designer, interior designer, architectural draft person, civil engineer draft person. You can see all of this. He said, please provide a link to your portfolio. You can see that. Or upload samples of your design work of no more than 5 MB per sample in your online application. So you can see that you have a lot of documents to package together and submit. Don't say it's not enough. It's not enough. If you need to upload 100 documents, please upload it so that everything, because if you have an information with you and you don't, upload it, if you let them ask you before you upload, you are the one that you are delaying yourself. You are only delaying your approval date by making them request for more documents before you submit. So submit everything submittable. Allow me to use that word. Submit everything submittable. Now, evidence of research. If you're nominating occupation of university lecturer, you can see this too. Please use this publication list template. You can see. So those people that have been you've been publicizing, you've been doing publications, writing journals and all of that. These are the places you would definitely use them. So this place is virtually for everybody. Your space is here. Your prizes, the certificate, or other forms of commendations. You can see evidence of professional development completed during applicant's employment, license or registration documents, and details of the. You have gone for different trainings before, home and abroad, a community, a federal body, a state body, Ministry of Health, any kind of places or trainings or research you've gone for with whatever field, all those documents are necessary. There's some documents that you think they are not necessary. They are you have gone for 3 months leadership training before, or you have, all of those documents are needed for this thing. So having said that, if there is information that you cannot supply in the official document, you can provide a statutory declaration. For example, you may not have an official document that describes the task performed in the period of employment. It is important to note that assessments cannot be conducted based on the content of a statutory declaration or affidavit alone. We will require a range of official employment documentation as evidence to support any claims. This may be official taxation documents, signed contract documents, appointment letters, and official job descriptions, and blah blah blah. I know a lot of people don't want me to get to this application fee, but I need to get to it. Why? Because you need to know what you are also preparing for. The truth is, once you go through this phase and it's successful, you can even get the rest of your of the process to be from your sponsor, because any assessed skill or trade that has gone through this process and is successful, the person has automatically passed one of the most, in fact, the most difficult stage. Employer can get you, I mean, can receive you by bringing you up themselves. They can bring you up, they can sponsor your relocation, they can sponsor your stay, they can, even if you are not sponsoring your stay, they will definitely give you the job, because they know that you have what it takes. Even government has scrutinized your document to show that you are capable. So they will not bother to even give you any. Trust me, you are not even, the possibility of doing interview is even slim. That's the truth. When your country has done everything possible, check your documents, you are not going to do interview anymore. The next thing, even if you're going to do interview, of course, if you can go through the assessment stage and you are successful, interview is the least of your worries. So I don't want this particular part to be the scary part. No, starting is what is important. Start first. Start. In fact, all of this information, all of these documents, put them together. In fact, you can start uploading them one after the other. So this thing is, you don't have to wait for long before you can. Now let's look at the application fee. Are we ready to review this now? One to ready go. Okay, so for the fees, we can go here. Do we go there? Okay, so I'm going to stop this video here tonight, sincerely, because I know that I don't want this video to be longer than expected. I don't want it to be long. So we're going to stop here. There are other informations that you need, but these are the major ones. You have to assess your skill first. Either you're a professional or you're a skills, you need to assess your information first. And this is what I can tell you. If you're interested in this particular relocation method, I'm going to drop a WhatsApp link to this video. I'm going to drop a WhatsApp link if you are interested. I'm not doing people that will be seen from afar. No, I'm not doing that one. Join the group. Let me monitor this process. I can put people, I can add people that have gone through this process and are successful again to the group so that you get, proper monitoring. As a nurse, yes, I can assure you that as a nurse, this process, you can go through it. As a skilled person, no matter the skill, you can go. But I don't want a case whereby, one of the things that discourage people from doing some of these things is that once they are alone, there's no motivation to do it. They are not encouraged. But imagine you're in a group where somebody has started and they say, I've uploaded this, I've uploaded this. In fact, somebody can help you with one or two informations too within the same group. The energy is there, there's synergy to achieve all of those things. So tonight I'm going to stop here. I already showed us where to start from. On the group, I'm going to show us how to get jobs from licensed sponsors from Australia. I'll show you the job that are available. You'll be able to reach out to them to send them mails, and that is stage by stage. That is after this process. So please, if you are interested in this particular process, just check the WhatsApp group attached to this video and join. Let's move on from there. I'm not going with crowds now. No, only specific people that are interested that I see on the group are the ones. Excuse me, sorry. They are the ones that we're going to focus on and support with informations and guide them through. So I hope I've not wasted your time tonight, and I hope that this video helps you. Please don't forget to join the group so that you can be it. I need to say this: you're not paying money for anybody for anything. No. You're just joining the group for synergy, for encouragement, for motivation, and for monitoring. You are not paying a dime for anybody. You are not paying anybody. Nobody's a link to anywhere. These are the authorities that would assess your documents, and you are just going to be getting encouragement from support, motivation, and information that you need from this group that I just mentioned to you. So please, you're not paying any money to anybody. I hope to see you in the group, and from there would have a good time, and I wish you all best of luck. Thank you for joining this live section. I'm going to stop sharing now, and let me see if I've got okay. So if you have any question from this video, please don't hesitate to drop your question, ask your questions. If you need any other information, please feel free to send DMs I mean, feel free to drop on the comment section. I'm going to be there to attend to it. And trust me, we are making good impact this year. Best of luck to everyone. I'm going to see you again on subsequent videos. I shared a lot of videos before now. NHS jobs in the UK, relocation procedures to Canada, scholarship to Canada, and several other information that I've checked. How to create a job within CV in the UK, the questions, interview questions for care assistants and senior carers. A lot of things that I've shared on the YouTube platform. If you're just coming for the first time, you can watch out those videos. I mean, you can check those videos. You can learn from them. If you need any question, please always drop at the comment section and I'll be there to reply to you. Once again, my name is Opeyemi Olutu and it's good to have you all here. Thank you very much and let's have a wonderful night rest. See you again soon. See ya.